So thank you for being on Oldtime Central.
No problem.
I mean, the first thing I was interested in just is how you guys got started playing Oldtime.
You should start.
I'll start. Well, I ended up with a banjo and just didn't know what to play on it, and was just looking on the internet and seeing what I was drawn to, and just was drawn to kind of the old time sound instead of the bluegrass picking, and that was kind of the beginning for me.
And when was that?
That was 2009, 2010, something like that.
And how did the banjo end up in your lap?
I won a contest. I was on the Jimmy Fallon show.
Okay.
And it was like a battle of the bands thing. And yeah, so we won that contest, and I got some money, and money to a music store. Didn't know what to buy. I actually kind of wanted a mandolin at the time, and there was all the mandolins there were kind of garbage, and I was like, wow, this banjo looks interesting. I don't know. I just bought it on a whim, really.
And was it an open back banjo, or?
Yeah.
And you also didn't know what you were buying. Really?
Didn't know what I was buying, but I had it was basically like just free money. It was like, here's money to a music store.
Right.
And I was like, under no other. I had no desire to get a banjo, but I was like, why not? That's kind of it.
And then you were just looking online at different kinds of banjo styles, and that was the one that.
Yeah, that's it. That's kind of how I got there.
Huh.
A little unconventional, but.
And how did you get started then? I mean, how did you start playing?
Just learning off, different online stuff was kind of how I started. I'm in New Jersey, so there's really not any other old time players. There are a few people, but there's really not
a big scene.
Yeah, not a big scene.
Right. And what about the fiddle? So you play a lot of fiddle.
That's just, I think, a natural progression as a banjo player. You want to play something else. So yeah, I bought a fiddle maybe 2 or 3 years after I had the banjo, and then I tried to play for a little bit, and then I was so frustrated that I just put it away for probably a year, and then picked it up again and took it a little bit more seriously again, like a year later. So probably like 3-4 years into playing banjo was when I really started to play some fiddle. Yeah.
Cool. And what about you? How did you get into it?
So I was playing classical violin my whole childhood up until probably my first year of college, and then I put it down because it was like too competitive. I wasn't having fun with it anymore, and then probably 12 years later I was like, oh, maybe I'll take some fiddle class. I don't know, it seemed like it would be fun. So I signed up for a fiddle class that was more like bluegrass though. And then the teacher was like, oh, there's this guy, Bruce Molsky, he's coming to teach a workshop, and I think you can learn some cool bowing stuff. And I was like, I don't know who this guy is, but I went, and I was like, what? This is amazing.
Where was this?
It was at Jalopy in Brooklyn. And yeah, and I just got
you saw
hooked.
it and you knew what you needed to do.
Yeah.
I've been joking that Bruce Molsky was her gateway drug.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah.
And yours was Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon.
Well, he doesn't know that.
He doesn't. That's all right. You can have unknowing gateways.
Yeah.
And when was that? When did you take that?
I think it was like 2.5 years ago.
Oh right. Oh really? So
Yeah.
very recently.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you're one of those scary people who picks up the fiddle very quickly.
yeah, I think it's a lot easier if you already know how to play the violin.
Right.
So kind of got over that major hump.
Right.
I'm always surprised by people who've only been playing for a few years, like the instrument at all, and they're really good at it. Like it took me 20 years or something to learn. I don't know.
And did you, because you said you got in when you started doing fiddle, it was partly in reaction to not liking the competitiveness of the whole classical thing. Did that pan out?
Yeah, I think, well, at first I was thinking I was going to play bluegrass fiddle, and then I went to a couple bluegrass jams, open jams, and I was like, I will never be able to be a part of this. Like, it seems a lot of like solos and stuff, very scary. But
And also kind of a competitive atmosphere,
very
isn't it?
competitive, yeah. And then I started going to some old time jams, and they were just very welcoming. And I was like, oh, this is fun. You don't have to be good. You don't have to like know the tunes. I like it.
Right.
I liked it.
And how long have you guys been playing together?
So, well, actually, shortly after I started playing Oldtime, somebody told me about this slow jam that is in Brooklyn, and I went to it, and he was leading the jam on Fiddle.
Mm-hmm.
So we met there. So
About 2 years
probably
ago?
about 2 years. About 2 years. So for most of the time that I've been playing.
So you guys met through Old Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met at a jam.
That's cool.
I don't know if I hadn't met him, if I would still be doing it. Probably. He's made it easier to get to festivals and stuff like that.
That's the
I have
he's a ride.
That's why
I have a car.
I'm just
He's got a car. There are lots of things you can say about him, but he does have a car.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely made it easier though for coming here, going to different festivals. He's been coming for like 5 years now, and he introduced me to people. I imagine like coming in by myself would be very overwhelming.
Right.
So that's one perk of Dante, but
Playing together is nice too. every
playing
once in a while.
together is nice, and also, just an all-around great guy.
You heard it.
Yeah, good housekeeping, seal or approve, whatever it is, seal or approve. But you guys spend a lot of time, like everybody here, basically playing Old Time. Do you have any sense of why that's a good existential bargain to spend? Why spend so much time playing Old Time?
We just have fun.
Yeah, I think it's fun. I also think it's good exercise for your brain. And my mom likes to do all those little online puzzle games to help keep the brain active. And I think sometimes it's like tunes are like a puzzle, and you have to like figure it out. And then when you're trying, it's like very frustrating. But once you get it, you're like, yes, I got it. I don't know. That's what I like about it.
What about you?
I mean, that was a pretty good answer.
Brain games?
Yeah.
Brain games.
Yeah. I just enjoy it. I like the repetitive part of it.
The repetitive part of it.
Yeah. Just kind of zone out on it.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I really haven't given much thought to it. Why I enjoy it. I just do.
Mm. Nice people is probably part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. There are we've met a lot of nice people through playing old time music.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems easier than almost any other domain of life that I can think of anyway.
Yeah. It's kind of weird though, because I've sometimes realized a lot of the people that I know through Old Time, I have no idea like what they do in their lives outside.
Right.
It's kind of like a little, I don't know, it's like its own separate little world. Maybe it's nice to not know. Seems like when I do find out, everyone's a teacher.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not a teacher, so it's okay. There you go.
Me either.
I kind of am. Sort of.
All right. So you guys are going to play us a tune?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know what tune you want to play?
No.
Okay.
What should we
Well,
play?
I don't know. You're gonna fiddle, so
Rock
We'll
Andy?
figure it out.
yeah, we can do that.
We'll play Rock Andy.
Rock Andy? Okay. Cool.
Not to be mistaken for Rock Candy.
I'm in a sawmill. And yeah, I don't know that I did the same thing every time, but just kind of following the melody as much as I can. This is what I'm doing.
And I'm just in standard tuning. And this is the A part.